What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tyson 4D, and today I'm coming at you guys with a completely $0 on the house free course on how to get copywriting clients. That's going to take you from zero all the way to 10K a month with copywriting. Now, guys, it's no secret that getting copywriting clients is probably the hardest part about being successful with copywriting. But after you guys watch this fully free course on how to get clients and how to make money with copywriting, you guys are going to have absolutely no problems. And perhaps the best part is that this is featuring all new outreach methods. Okay, brand new outreach methods, fully updated for the end of 2023 and the beginning and going into 2024. Okay, so without any further ado, let's hop right into the secret sauce over here. So, free outreach course, how to get copywriting clients and make over 10K a month using these brand new methods. Now, my people, we are not going to waste any time. What will we even be learning, Tyson? Well, 5 brand new outreach methods plus 3 bonus new methods. Absolutely insane. Guys, look, Loom methods, the bait and riz, the video intro DMs will not be covered in this particular video. Not saying that they're not effective. They're actually highly effective, but I thought that I would come with some brand new updated secret sauce for you guys. Of course, you guys should definitely go watch that video as well if you haven't already after this one, because both of these videos combined, man, that is going to be some powerful stuff right there, my boys. Next up, we're going to be talking about getting your first client in 72 hours from now. So whether you're just starting copywriting, you haven't copywrited before and ever, you haven't gotten a client before, or you already have clients, or you already have been working with copywriting, and you don't have clients yet, whatever it is, you are going to be getting your next copywriting client or first copywriting client in 72 hours from right now. Go on your phone, set a timer right now. If you watch this video all the way through until the end and follow the steps carefully, you will get your next copywriting client. More on that later. Never before seen prospecting masterclass. Okay, the best places to search for, find, and attain high-paying copywriting clients: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and other social media platforms is what we are going to be covering today, my people. Then, of course, we're going to speedrun to 2 to 4K clients within the next 30 days. Okay, so for most people, this is where they'll be able to afford their freedom. The goal is for you to buy your time back so you can invest more into copywriting and hit the next stage as quickly as possible. And then next, of course, we're going to be looking to do some AI methods to speed up everything. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do everything with AI. With the recent developments in AI, it's irresponsible to not take advantage of these systems to save time, energy, and focus, my people. And then, of course, the almighty, we're going to be going on the fast track your way to 10K a month in the next 90 to 180 days, my people. That's what, 3 to 6 months. Boom, that's it. Reaching a 6-figure income is much closer than you think. I'll be showing you specific methods and strategies you can use in order to close clients with the new leverage that you possess. Honestly, what's understood don't got to be explained. Everybody, you're in for a treat. I'll just leave it at that. You're in for a treat. So, guys, needless to say, I put together this whole presentation. I'm going to break down this recording probably into a couple days. It's going to take forever to edit. A lot of work went into this, and you guys are going to get a ton of value from it. So all I ask is for you to click that one like button. It'll take you literally 2 seconds. And with all that said, let's hop right into it. So here, I'm just going to hit you right straight, not explaining any points, not explaining any principles, not droning on and on and on. I'm going to tell you exactly how I would get clients right now. Okay. You took away all of my copywriting prowess. You took away all of the leverage that I now have, and you start me back at zero. Here's exactly what I would probably do. Not saying you have to follow these exact steps to get clients, but here's what I might do. So first of all, the niche I would start outreaching to might be SMMA, right? Social media marketing agencies. If you don't know much about niche, not much about what an SMMA is, don't worry. I'm just going to show you a bunch of stuff, right? You're not going to know exactly. You're going to have more questions than answers, but then we're going to answer those questions as we go, all right? We're going to start absolutely 0 to 100 here, so make sure you're paying attention. First of all, niche SMMA. Prospecting method, we're going to go with TikTok. We're going to actually find SMMA dudes on TikTok. TikTok is something I haven't spoken about before on the channel, but it is a great place to actually prospect for businesses because a lot of businesses now market on TikTok. And not only businesses, but the businesses that we want to reach out to, which I will get into more as we go along. Next, the outreach method is going to be the WPSE email. Again, never before shown, but not a big deal. Follow-up method, we will go with the CSA method, which of course I will be showing to you guys later. So goal number one, of course, of getting your first client is getting your first client in 72 hours. So guys, set your timer on your phone right now. Okay, take out your phone, set your timer, use Siri if you have to, whatever. Set your timer for 72 hours. And then you guys are going to comment below this video, just 72. All right, comment 72, go down, do it right now. And then in 72 hours from now, when your timer goes off, you guys are going to let me know down in the comments whether you got your first client or not, and if you got your first money or what exactly you have done. All right. Now, has this happened before? Well, the answer is yes. And here's the proof. All right. Now I added a lot here because I wanted to actually show you guys that everything I'm about to show you right now works. Okay, so there's a whole complete wall of people saying, yo, use your outreach technique. My 4th outreach ever was a success. He sent 4 DMs or 4 emails, and number 4, he already got a client. Okay, $1,500 a month for that dude. Second day of outreach, $300. First win, $700 for him. $1,000 over here. $1,000 over here. 14-year-olds, $500. So yes, guys, you can make money with copywriting even if you're just a teenager, 14 years old. $500. We even have some other 14-year-olds that are absolutely killing it, but we'll talk about that later. $600, the homie over here, $500, and he is from Nigeria. Guys, again, anywhere in the world, copywriting works, okay? India, Nigeria, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, it don't even matter. It's Stan, okay? This guy scaled his first client, 15% commission, $380, and he's at $1,000 for the month. Now, I'm showing you guys all of the small wins right now, right? Obviously, I'll show you guys like the 10K a month guys later. But the thing that I just want to prove to you guys here is that if you can make a little bit of money like all of these guys are doing, ain't no reason why you can't make a lot of money. All you got to do is do the exact same thing, but just scale it. Outreach to 5 people and landed 1. He sent 5 DMs, 5 emails, and landed somebody. That's how effective we are. Got my first client, did outreaching for only 3 days. Total 52 Insta DMs sent within 3 days, booked a call, and he closed him. Guys, come on now. Guys, come on now. Can't nobody ever even tell me that this don't work, all right? So like I said, that timer that you set for 72 hours, as long as you watch every dang second of this video and actually do the action steps I'm about to show you, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Where are we? So I also want you guys to understand that your first small client is just as important as your huge clients, okay? Obviously, your huge clients, they're the ones going to be like paying you big time. They're the ones that are going to let you quit your job and do this whole thing full time. But your very first clients are what proves to you that this is possible, okay? And that's extremely important. So the niche that I would be reaching out to in this scenario, why social media marketing agencies? If you don't know what a social media marketing agency is, it essentially is just a business that helps businesses make more money. Kind of like copywriters, but it's a little bit different because it's kind of like a team of people rather than just one person, which is what we are. SMMAs are the most popular business model of 2023. If you haven't heard of SMMA yet, you must have been living under a rock because it's basically like the drop shipping of 2016. Okay, so because of that, you don't have to go far to find profitable ones. You don't have to go far at all to find SMMAs. That's for dang sure. Okay, you will learn tons by working with them. You'll learn tons, and you also have a thick resume. You'll be like, well, I work with this SMMA who worked with this person worked, you're going to get all this experience. And they offer double opportunity because you can work for the SMMA by getting the SMMA more clients, and you can work for the SMMA by getting the SMMA clients more customers. All right. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. Next up is prospecting. Why would we prospect on TikTok? TikTok is full of businesses who are promoting and they're getting leads from TikTok, right? People are seeing these people's brands on TikTok, discovering these people, and then they want to learn more. So they go click the link in their bio, and then they go through what's called a funnel. If you don't know what any of that means yet, don't worry because I'm going to explain everything in crucial amounts of detail as we move further. Like I said, you might be a little bit lost so far, but that's perfect. That's fine, okay? Right now, I'm hitting you with absolutely everything. So the businesses doing well on TikTok are 90% run by entrepreneurs who will be more open to working with freelancers. This is another huge point that I have to give you guys, all right? Some real secret sauce here is that you're going to want to work with entrepreneurs and these types of entrepreneurial small businesses rather than a big corporate business, because these big corporate businesses are very opposed to working with freelancers. They like to hire what's called in-house, which means they like to get employees. So don't bother outreaching to like some shampoo company or something weird, some weird commoditized product, because they're not going to hire you. All right, chances are. You're going to want to work with these online creators, like people who are selling info products, or people who are selling mentorships or high ticket coaching, or these sorts of things. All right. These are going to be really big for us, just like social media marketing agencies, these guys. So most TikTok businesses have no idea what they're doing as well. Right. A lot of businesses are in their infancy stages. And if somebody pops off on TikTok and becomes famous and they have a product or they're selling something, 99% of the time their marketing is garbage. Right. But it can be improved so much more by us copywriters, because with just a little bit of know-how, we will be able to skyrocket their sales, because they have no idea what they're doing, but they have the audience that they're needed to have a huge potential. All right. And I'll show you guys exactly how to do that as well. The outreach method. Why the WPSE email? Well, WPSE email stands for witty, as in a witty opener. Problem, pointing out a problem or a point of interest that you can improve. Solution, how exactly you would improve that problem. And an easy reply, okay, in the form of an email. Of course, I'm going to be showing you guys some examples, templates, and things like that as we go on, but that is exactly how it works, all right? Reason why it works, I mean, you hit them with the witty opener, okay, so all of a sudden, first of all, they know that it's personalized. They know that you sent it directly to them, so there's no wondering if it's like a bot, okay, and I'll tell you more about that later, but next is that you're actually pointing out a problem. So in business, all right, here's some business sauce 101 for you guys. In business, a problem is essentially an opportunity, all right? Every problem is an opportunity. If your problem is we can't close enough sales calls, all you need to do is fix that problem, and your business is going to be making exponentially more money, okay? So every problem is an opportunity, all right? Solution is how you would bring that opportunity about. It's how you would fix that problem and make them more money. And an easy way to reply, okay? So that why do you want it to be easy? So a lot of people ask these huge open-ended questions where it's like, hey man, have you been running email marketing in the past 6 to 8 days or something? And then it just makes the person think. As soon as you make that person think, you've lost them. They don't want to talk to you anymore, okay? So you want either yes or no questions or A or B questions. A, B questions are like, are you doing email marketing or are you doing paid promo? Right? That's like a question that's just an A-B question, right? So this or that, or a yes or no question. Those are the only questions you want to ask in your very first email. They're also great because they're scalable, right? So emails are very scalable. You can send a ton of emails out a day. And we'll talk about scalability versus personalization a little bit later as we go on. And of course, they are simple, right? They're very, very simple. There are some more complicated-ish, advanced tactics that we're going to be going over in here, but the WPSE email is very, 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 simple, easy to complete. So it looks a lot like this. And again, guys, I have some dope drawings in here, and I don't know, it's just a lot better to really understand what I'm talking about, right? And to make it more tangible for you guys. So you start with something witty, make them laugh, a problem that makes them a little bit concerned, but then you offer them a solution, which gets them thinking, and then you give them an easy offer or easy call to action, okay? Now, before I show you this method in action, let me explain exactly how it works. I kind of already did that, to be honest, but there are some outreach principles that I've kind of sprinkled throughout this presentation so that you have, I'm not just giving you the methods, okay? Because me just giving you the methods would honestly be, it would do you guys an injustice, right? Because me actually teaching you the principles that go behind them is what's actually going to get you the results. I'll tell you more about that later. So outreach principle number 1, an ounce of proof equals 1,000 pounds of promise. This is a concept that will be used throughout our whole journey as a copywriter. So this is something that's useful to know as copywriters and also useful to know in client acquisition. Client acquisition is essentially just a microcosm of copywriting. If you're a great copywriter, you're going to be great at getting clients. Why? Because you know how to use people's emotions, you know how to market yourself, you know how to have a correct marketing message. I mean, understanding, having a good grasp of copywriting is always just going to make you more money on both ends, both getting clients and getting customers for those clients. So here's, again, a diagram I have for you. One little teeny beeny bit of proof weighs the exact amount as 1,000 pounds of promises. What does that really mean? Well, business owners and people in general get promised stuff online every single day. And it gets more and more and more and more and more every single year. People are like, I'm going to make you 100K in the next 2 days, right? When that's exactly why people's skepticism is going higher and higher and higher and higher. How do you deal with people's skepticism? Because if people are skeptic, they're not going to trust you. If they don't trust you, they're definitely not going to invest with you, right? So you want to give them proof. There are a few ways that you can actually give them proof, which we'll actually go over right now. How to use proof as an unproven copywriter, because I'm assuming that you haven't gotten any clients yet, and that's okay. First of all, we can borrow authority. How do we borrow authority? A way that we can borrow authority is say, look, all right, you don't got to trust me, but this guy over here, let's say it is Justin Waller. Look, Justin Waller sets up his community posts like such, whereas your community posts aren't the same. So all I'm saying is if we did what he does and he's making tens of millions a year, it would probably help us. Now, you're not saying, trust me, this will work. You're saying, look at where it is working. Okay. Huge way that you can actually convince people as to why, whatever you want them to believe, really, whatever is beneficial to you. And next, you want to use stats, facts, figures, statistics, all of it. Okay. These are things that you can just pull off the internet. Do a quick Google search and say, okay, well, look at how effective email marketing is. Boom. And also offer work as proof. So as an unproven copywriter, chances are you're going to have to prove people that you can make the money before they want to pay you. And that's totally understandable. I mean, guys, any of us, okay, you or me, any of us, if somebody came to us and they were like, hey, man, I see you have that plumbing problem. I can fix it for you. But I've never done it before. But that'll be $2,000 up front. You'd just feel much better getting them to fix it first and then paying them. It just make a lot more sense. Outreach principle number 2, always focus on strategies over tactics. Guys, tactics, methods, and strategies, how are they all different? So strategies and principles are what's the all-encompassing rules of outreach, right? A lot of the principles going over here. This is where the real secret sauce is at. If you have a great grasp of principles, the methods and tactics don't matter necessarily as much, okay? Because the methods and the tactics are never going to be the secret sauce that's going to put you above everybody else. Really, it would just be the strategies and the consistency and the intensity, all right? So a lot of people think that, hey man, if I'm going to make 10K a month with copywriting, I need to find some sort of secret method, right? Where I outreach on OnlyFans or outreach on Tinder. And then all of a sudden, every single outreach I do, I'm just going to be closing 2K a month clients, 4K a month clients, 3K a month clients like it's clockwork. And that's not how it works, okay? A lot of the times, it really just comes down to principles, because it doesn't matter what tactic or method it is. If you implement the right principles, it will work eventually, okay? Always understand that. Next is that innovation is key. I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of frameworks, templates, examples, methods, all of it, okay? But you can feel free to copy and paste it, but at least change it to make it your own and keep changing it over time, right? So I'm going to give you a whole bunch of frameworks. So you can essentially, right, here's what you can do. You can take different methods, you can mix and mash them, you can make them your own, you can test out different things. I mean, there's so many different ways to go about it, but innovation is really key when it comes to every and any business, okay? Because think of it this way. There are tons and tons and tons of drop shipping channels on YouTube, right? I'm going to show you how to be a drop shipper, whatever. But they're all at least a little bit different, all right? So if I started a drop shipping coaching business, I'd be the same as everybody else, but I wouldn't do the exact same things that everybody else does. I would tweak it and put my personality in it, because my personality is my superpower, just like you, okay? So when you're outreaching, understand that you're going to have to innovate at least a little bit. It's going to take some brain calories, and there is nothing wrong with that. Guys, becoming a copywriter is a great deal. No matter which way you slice it up, you're able to actually make money from anywhere in the world just by writing emails, just by writing sales pages, just by writing things. And you can make literally over 6 figures doing this. is very awesome, but also is not something that's too good to be true. The only people who get to do it are the ones who are putting in work up front. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Testing is also integral. So with innovation comes testing. You don't want to just try to innovate and then just use something and just test or just innovate on every single outreach, okay? You need to do method A, B, C, D, method A, E, C, D, and then maybe try out method F, B, C, D. These basically just are variables, right? So you switch things around small times. You take certain pieces of each outreach, each template, each everything, and then you mix and mash them up, and you get results like this, okay? And you have to track your results. So you might get 20% replies, 10% reply to call, 10% replies, 30% reply to call, and then on your next outreach method, 20% replies and 30% reply to call. So then you know, okay, well, this is the best outreach method I have right now. And then if I try another outreach method and it's not as good as this one, I'm going to stick with FBCD, right? This is process of elimination. A lot of people don't like that. They don't really want that. They're like, hold up, I thought you were going to give me an outreach method and it's just going to go boom, 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 bam, done. And it's like the outreach methods really work well, copy and paste, low brain calories for like getting your small clients. But if you're trying to get like $2,000 a month clients, $4,000 a month clients, it's going to take a little bit more work than that. But don't worry, because I'm going to make it completely shit simple for you guys. Outreach principle number 4, you're getting paid for every outreach that you do. So I'll put it like this, right? Let's say you do 4 outreaches, and on the 4th outreach, you get a $10 client. Obviously, this is not realistic, but let's just say it hypothetically. A lot of people would say, oh, well, all those outreaches were a waste of time until I did that outreach. Realistically, you are getting paid for every single outreach that you do. So $10 divided by 4 outreaches realistically means you're getting paid $2.50 every single outreach, which is probably close to the actual rate, right? So keep that in mind. So I basically tell you that because I don't want you guys to feel discouraged, right? You might think that it would have taken you 100 DMs or 200 DMs or 300 DMs, but maybe it takes you 400. Hey man, in a year from now, when you're making 10K a month and just chilling, none of that's going to matter. You're just going to be thankful that you did it and thankful that you stuck with it. So outreach example numero uno. Prospecting on TikTok. What does that actually look like? Well, prospecting on TikTok, extremely easy. You just type in any sort of keyword or any sort of hashtag. A little aside note here, if you don't know what to search up for your particular niche, really easy way you can do it is just go to ChatGPT and type in popular hashtags for social media marketing agencies on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever your niche is. It's going to give you a full list of things that you can actually type in to find all of these prospects that you're looking for. All right. Like I said, if you're not utilizing AI, you're missing out on some moolah. So now you see here a whole bunch of SMMA dudes come up when I just type in 4 letters, SMMA. The same with finance, right? Finance dude, finance woman. More finance people right here. Now, when you go to their profile and click on the link in their bio, they're most likely going to have something like this. This is like a link tree or something. It's essentially a link that takes you to a small, almost website where you can access all of the links. Now look at this. She has Threads, she has TikTok, she has Instagram, she has YouTube, she has Pinterest, she has email. This is 6 different ways that you can hit her up. 6 different contact points. It's insane, right? And then you can see here, she has a small offer. Now, it's interesting with offers. So obviously, this is an $8.99 offer. How much money does she make off this? I really don't know. But ideally, she would have what is called a back end. So this is a front end offer. So this is a little bit marketing 101 for you guys, but it will help you in your outreach, right? So usually you want to reach out to people who have like some sort of actual program popping off for a couple $100, not like $9, because she's probably making like $200 a month off of a $9 offer. But she could have a back end offer, which is something that they don't show in their front end. But if somebody buys this, then inside this actual little program, then they'll have something to market it. So it could be a mentorship, right? Where she's like, okay, I'm going to actually coach you to income and expense so that you're rich one day. It could be another course or program or tool. But whatever it is, right, this woman would be worth reaching out to. So when you're doing prospecting, you essentially just want to make sure that they do have their own product. and a couple other things that we'll go over later. So as you can see here, she has this one TikTok about an Amex card. She basically unboxes this American Express card, and I sent her a genuine witty opener, right? Anyways, this is important for later. But essentially, the witty part of the email is where I email her and I'm like, hey, I saw your TikTok about your unboxing your American Express and it looks absolutely crazy. Definitely motivated me to get one. And then you'd probably talk about the problem that you saw in our marketing, then the solution, and then the easy CTA, okay? But that's an example of a personalized opener. You'd never want to say crappy openers like, hey, like your website, or hey, I like your content. Way too generic, okay? A good way to understand if it's personal enough or not is ask yourself, could this exact first line work for any other random person on the internet? If the answer is yes, then it's not personalized enough, okay? Understanding niches. Okay, now we're going to do a little quick aside on niches. So what are bad niches? Bad niches that you're going to want to avoid or just not reach out to in general. I kind of touched on this earlier, but overly corporate niches or niches who have commoditized products. No skincare niches, no jewelry niches. The reason being is because these people don't work with freelancers. As freelancers, you're kind of like riffraff, all right? And that's not a bad thing. But the thing is that they're going to expect you to have like a 4-year marketing diploma and pay you like $20,000 a year. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. We want to operate outside of the confines of your regular everyday business stuff. So that's the exact type of people that we're going to be looking for. The people who operate outside the confines of working in-house and having a super corporate business where everybody shows up to the office and wears suits. Because we're doing copywriting so that we don't have to end up there, okay? So those are the niches that you want to go for. Usually info product niches, mentorship niches, anything that has to do with a personal entrepreneur being the head of the company usually is a pretty good telltale sign. If they have any sort of social media like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, which is exactly why we prospect on those websites rather than like Google or something, then that's going to tell you that those are the type of people that you should reach out to. And which good niche should you reach out to? Because, I mean, by process of elimination, we still have a huge pool of niches we should reach out to. You should reach out to niches that you somewhat know about, right? So if you know nothing about crypto or trading, those are the ones that you want to avoid. You don't want to be like, okay, well, I'm going to reach out to the crypto and trading entrepreneurs, even though I've never learned anything about those before, because it's going to be extra difficult for you, all right? And you want to stick to one niche. So for example, if you have a plumber and they're like, oh, I saw that your Wi-Fi router isn't working. Do you want me to fix that too? It's like, no, you're a plumber. You have your job over here already. I don't want you going over and fixing my Wi-Fi router. It doesn't make any sense, right? So you want to actually stick to one thing, okay? It's going to make a huge difference. Everybody, I am back. I'm black. I'm ready to attack on a same course, different day, but let's get right into it. So the outreach method number 1, the WPSE email method. What exactly does it consist of? First of all, you want to come up with a witty and personal first line. All right. It should be genuine and unique to them. All right. So that means personal. So when you're outreaching, being personal is one of the best things that you can do, right? Because we all have those annoying messages and annoying emails, annoying DMs, annoying texts from people, and they're clearly automated, right? And nobody wants to reply to an automated DM, especially a business owner, because trust me when I tell you, business owners get them all the time. So when you're being personal, you are proving to them that you are not a bot. Next, it should be easy to understand while still being able to prove that you are a real human being, right? So wittiness is a great way to get people to let their guard down, okay? So that's where the wittiness comes out. And next is the P, which is problem/point out. You want to point out a problem. Pick a part of their marketing that could be improved. To do this, analyze businesses and how they operate is crucial. We'll go over some demonstrations later on. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to actually analyze these businesses so you get to know exactly what they need in their marketing. And it's crucial to approach this part from a curiosity standpoint rather from a criticism standpoint. All right, so super, super important, all right? Business owners are very, very heavily invested into their business, into their marketing, into every single thing that they do. So you coming along being, hey, I've never built a business before, but I can tell you how to run one. is exactly what you don't want to do, okay? Because at that point, you're challenging their ego. And one of the rules in the 48 Laws of Power, I think it might be the first one, is to never outshine the master. So even if you come with some real secret sauce, you don't really want to be too critical of them, all right? So how you want to do it is say, hey, maybe this could work, or this person's doing this, and you're not doing this at the moment. So maybe if you implemented these strategies, you might be able to make more money. I'm not really sure. I would have to know more about your business, but why don't we get on the call to figure it out? Next, solution offering. Give them helpful advice or value that they could use to possibly grow their business. It's important to come from a curiosity standpoint here as well and use proof that we talked about earlier. So I already told you guys how to prove yourself as an unproven copywriter. Next is an easy call to action. Okay, easy call to action. The call to action of your conversation should simply be to talk more about adding extra revenue to their business over a Zoom call, not selling your services, okay? And then we want to end off with revealing your LRO, your low risk offer. So I don't know if I said this before, but you guys don't want to just lead with, hey, I want to work with you for free, or start outreaching to a bunch of people saying, hey, I can work for you for free. Here's what I do. Free should not be the main point of your offer, okay? Free should be the extra cherry on top. And exactly. So you want it to be a risk reversal at the end, just a little cherry on top to push them over the edge and for them to go like, you know what? I really like what he's talking about. And he wants to work as a low risk offer. So either for free or for low, when we just start, like a low price, or on commission. That's dope. That's awesome. We like that. Also, when it comes to adding an easy call to action, you don't want a difficult call to action, which is what I see all the time, okay? You don't want to ask them open-ended questions. You want to ask them yes or no questions, or this or that questions, right? So now we go into the art of wit plus some ChatGPT magic, okay? So I went to ChatGPT and said, give me 10 witty and clever openers to reaching out to real estate professionals. And then I said, make it personal, right? This is how I structure my prompts. Now you can go way deeper than this and give it a goal, give it this and that and the other thing. I just do this for generating ideas, right? And I give you a bunch of ideas here. And I didn't really like these, right? So what did I do? The thing with ChatGPT and how you use it, if you're not really that familiar with it and familiar with AI, is essentially you have to argue with it, right? So it gives me some stuff that I don't like. And what I say is, hey, I like the one line that says this. So the one line is, hey, I know you're probably busy playing real life Monopoly right now, but I wanted to bring something to your attention. And I said, make me 10 more opening lines like that. So I gave it something that I did like, and I said, make some other things that are kind of like it. Whereas, it gave me a whole bunch of stuff I didn't like. So then I'm basically getting closer and closer and closer to my goal and exactly what I'm looking for. And there were a couple ones here that I did like, actually, which I guess we can read through some of them. So, hey there, caught you. Yeah, so this first one. Hey there, caught you mid-auction, or do you have a minute? Right? So that could be something you could say to like a wholesaler who's at an auction, and they could be like, okay, he's kind of witty, whatever. See, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. That's a perfect witty personal opener line. And that's exactly how I got it from ChatGPT. So scraping emails. So scraping emails is essentially what it means to grab somebody's email. Okay, so finding someone's email so that you can contact them through email. Now, there's a few ways to do this. First of all, you can go to their YouTube About page, all right? And I'm not going to do step-by-step demonstrations of these because I've done it so many times before in the past, and I don't want this course to be longer than it needs to be, all right? So first and foremost, go into their YouTube page and go into the About section. You can see that they have a place right there for business inquiries where you can get their emails. Next is from their Instagram. A lot of the times in the Instagram, they'll have something called a link tree. A link tree is essentially just a whole bunch of links to their Snapchat, to their TikTok, or to their email, okay? So of course, that's how you're gonna get their email. Next is through Rocket Reach. Rocket Reach is essentially just a software you can use for free. You type in people's names, you find the person, and then you can access their emails. Next is Apollo.io. This is a Google Chrome plugin where when you plug it in, all you need to do is find people's LinkedIn, and then you can get their email from the LinkedIn. It's dope. It's amazing. And of course, a big question is, how do we actually know what a business needs? So, WPSE, how do we know what problem they have or what to point out? Well, you analyze the top businesses and ask yourselves the following questions. What does their funnel look like? Meaning, what does the customer journey looks like from the time that they actually find the brand or find the content to the time where they actually purchase? So for example, maybe they find it, and then what is the lead magnet? Is the lead magnet an ebook? Is the lead magnet a free quiz? Is the lead magnet I don't know, it could be anything, right? And if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, like what is a lead magnet, right? And you're not really that well versed in marketing, I have a lot of videos on my channel on marketing. I have a free sales funnel course and a whole bunch of other stuff that you're going to want to take a look at, okay? Next, what does their sales page actually look like? Okay, so analyze the top businesses in your niche. What are the top players doing? All right, so what does their sales page look like? Maybe their sales page has a video sales letter. Maybe it doesn't have a video sales letter. Maybe it has a certain type of headline. Maybe it has a certain call to action. Maybe it has something about it that your client that you're reaching out to or potential client doesn't have. All right, what email automation do they use? Basically meaning when you download their free lead magnet or essentially sign up for the newsletter, or when you give them your email, what emails do you get back? And how take note of how often you get emails from that person. Is it daily? Is it every 2 days? What kinds of emails are you getting? And then compare those emails to the emails that your potential client also sends out. Next of all, take all your answers and compare them to the people you've been reaching out to, okay? So now you're gonna have a contrast between what the top players are doing and what the guys lower down are doing. And then you can make those guys who are lower down, you can offer them some of the things that brought those top guys to the top, all right? This is how the WPS email is really structured. So here's what most awful emails look like. This is an outreach that I actually got to me from Atharva Shetty. The subject line is Tyson, fire emoji. Ignite your video's success. Tyson, are you feeling overwhelmed by the constant demand of polishing your content on the Tyson 4D YouTube channel? We understand that the challenges content creators face when striving for excellence. That's why we're reaching out to provide you to Alteria Media, your partner in elevating your videos content effortlessly. So as you can tell, it literally reads like an advertisement. It literally reads like some Instagram ad that you see, which is the exact opposite of what you're trying to do. All right. You want it to sound like a friend emailing another friend. That is the key. All right. When you make it sound like an ad, ain't nobody like I just stopped reading it. Honestly, I didn't even start reading it. You want to know why I didn't even start reading it? Was because look at all these ugly, disgusting paragraphs. I ain't reading that. You got me messed up if you think I'm reading all that. All right. So being short and concise is also one of the best things that you can do in your outreach. So short and concise, also be clear. Don't talk too much about yourself. Okay. When you're in somebody else's emails, they don't care about you. They want to know, why are you emailing me? If you email me to tell me about yourself, I ain't reading it. Okay. I'm not trying to hear all that noise. Our mission. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to know your mission. Here's how we can provide. Like, don't even use we, I, any of that. Just literally tell me about me and what you can do for me. That's it. Seamless editing, precision and efficiency, blah, 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 blah. Rapid delivery, still unsure. We invite you to check out our portfolio, another link. And here's the thing where you can schedule a call with us, right? Ain't nobody scheduling no call with them. All right. That's the long and short of it. That's why this email is really not very good, but don't worry because I have some fire up for you guys. So here's some email templates that, of course, you can steal. So here's example number 1. All right. And again, these are just quick templates that I just created. All right. So Tyson, did you miss this ? Subject line. So notice some things about the subject line. First and foremost, that my name and the beginning of the subject line is lowercase. I was supposed to say undercase. It's lowercase. All right. That's because it makes it look more personal. See, when you're looking at like a book title or marketing emails, usually the beginning of every single word is capitalized, which is what you want to avoid because, again, we don't want it to look like a marketing email. Hey, Tyson, downloaded your personal training strategies book and noticed your emails are ending up in spam/promo tab and then a sad face. You might know this already. Just wondering if you want to fix it. That's it. I'm literally just sending them a very quick message, and the goal of that message is to get them to reply, not to get them to book a call, not to get them to read my pitch. I just want to get them to reply, okay? Because conversational outreaches are the ones that really, really will get you clients. And then I say, I've been working on it, not really sure how to, okay? And expect this type of reply from outreach owners, okay? They're going to be very short and not really that talkative, of course. I basically say, yeah, it's not the most simple. I'm an email marketer myself, so I'd be open to giving you a hand. I could show you essentially everything I do to fix this in a couple weeks. Usually boosts open rates by 20%, resulting in 20% more revenue. Cool if we hop on a quick call and chat about it? Tyson, I've been working on it. And then, of course, he didn't reply, right? So I sent him a follow-up email saying, for free, by the way, again, just like I told you guys, the follow-up is the low-risk offer, okay? Because the biggest reason why they wouldn't reply to you is because they think that you want money from them. So if you prove to them, hey, I want to make you money first before I ask anything, they're going to be much more inclined to actually work with you. For free, by the way, or at least until I can prove that I can make you money. Only then we talk about teaming up. Sound fair enough? And to most people, that would sound fair enough. So that's outreach template number one, outreach example number one that could work for you. Next, my bad, Tyson, is the subject line. And there was a little emoji. Notice these subject lines are also very short as well. Hey, Tyson, disclaimer. This is a cold outreach email. It's only a 20-second read. I don't want to be that annoying dude in your inbox. So if you want me to go away, just reply, stop, and I'll leave you be. And then an emoji. What is the meaning behind this opener? Well, this is how a lot of cold callers actually get people to stay on the phone. And it will also work in your outreach too, because you're being upfront with them. Just be like, hey, it's a cold outreach email, but it's only going to take you 20 seconds to read it. Then they're going to be like, okay, sure, what is it about? I saw you have a coaching offer on your Instagram, Tyson.scales. Looks really solid, but I came up with a game plan on how you could attract more high quality leads that are actually engaged. Would you be against hearing my game plan? Sauce is falling from the sky right now. Okay, so would you be against hearing my game plan? So sorry, there's a crazy car outside right now. Like I said before, right? Saying that, asking them if they'd be against it is much different than asking if they would be interested. So when you ask, would you be against hearing my game plan? Maybe they wouldn't be interested, but they wouldn't necessarily be against it. So yeah, sure, why not? I'll at least give you my ear for a minute. So always looking for more ideas. Send it. Okay, so here's some things I looked at on the Tyson Scales IG that have potential for exponential growth. Email marketing plus sequences, sales page / opt-in pages, lead magnet marketing to capture more emails. And I say, now I'd rather not send you a Bible-sized email on how it all works, but I only have an outside perspective on your marketing strategy anyways. Seems like the quickest way would be to hop on a call to see if we could make you some more money with these strategies. Would you be open to that? And then the client says, sure. I don't see why not. Okay. Hey, Tyson. Okay, so that was number 2, right? That was the second one right there. So notice how essentially I just sell the first reply, right? I sell the first reply. I'm just upfront and honest and say, would you be against hearing my game plan, right? I'm not saying, do you want to hop on a call or can I have some of your time or blah, 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 blah. Just, do you want to hear your game plan? Then they say, yeah, sure. Okay, dope. Now I send them a small game plan and I tell them, right? I give them an actual reason for the call, right? An actual reason. Not just because I would love to hop on a call with you, but because this is the quickest way that we could just talk about it rather than sending you a huge paragraph that, you probably wouldn't read anyway. So why don't we just hop on a call, right? It makes the most sense. And then last but not least, Tyson X Brandon Carter. Hey, Tyson, just wanted to point out to you something out to you that could make your marketing truly, quote unquote, optimal. Smiley face. If you don't get it, a lot of the gym bros or whatever, actually it's more like the scientific gym bros are like, for optimal stimulation, you want to retract your scapula. And like, that's how they speak. They just speak super scientifically and weird. And they use the word optimal a lot, right? So optimal is kind of like a play on words, kind of like Jeff Nippard and all those guys kind of said. I noticed you have a similar offer to Brandon Carter, but your application funnel is a bit different. Considering Brandon has made a couple million, I figured I'd point out some methods he uses so you could implement them and make more money. Is it cool if I show you? He says, sure. Well, I noticed that you have an application funnel. You collect emails. I signed up, but surprisingly didn't receive anything in my inbox. Brandon Carter has a bunch of other top coaches in the space send out emails almost daily. It's something I've seen add tons of revenue to coaches' bottom line. Is this something you've ever thought about implementing? So again, yes or no question. And he says, thanks for the tip. I mean, I've wanted to do it, but I just never got around to it, I guess. And he says, okay, well, if you're up for it, we could hop on a quick call to see if there's any tweaks that could attract more motivated leads that are eager to get into personal training. I'm a digital marketer myself. Maybe I could add some revenue to what you're doing. Maybe I can add some value to what you're doing if I learned a bit more about how you run things. Cool if we hop on a quick 7-minute call? Sure, what time? And then you send them a Calendly link. All right. This is just a couple of many templates and things that you can use, right? So like I said, innovation is key here. So maybe you want to mishmash different parts of these and add them together. Maybe you want to bring some original stuff to the table. Whatever it is, all right? Probably the worst thing you can do is just like copy paste absolutely everything. And chances are that your client or potential client is not going to say the exact same things that I'm saying in here. But these are examples of how exactly you can maneuver through a conversation and kind of use your Riz to get some clients. All right. And just as a side note, this is essentially what the preview would be. Okay. So this is the subject line. And then this is the preview, which is, hey, Tyson just wanted to point something out. And then it says Tyson X Brandon Carter. So now me, as being the recipient, I'm confused as to why he's emailing me with this with the subject line and why he wants to point something out and what the thing is that he wants to point out. So I am more likely to open the email and see exactly what he has to say. Good email practices. Now, guys, extremely important right here. All right. Email deliverability. I know a lot of you guys might not know what that means yet, but email deliverability essentially means your ability to consistently show up in their primary tab. If you're unaware, if the Gmail basically has an algorithm, and if you're sending too many links or doing these bad email practices, then essentially it's going to send you to their spam folder where you will never be seen. And you don't want that, okay? So we want to increase our deliverability by only sending one link in every email, okay? Using a warmed up email, essentially meaning you don't want to send from an email that you just created yesterday, okay? So use an email that you've had around for a couple months that you actually use. Next is to send minimal pictures, okay? You can send like one picture in an email, but if you're sending a whole bunch of photos, you're gonna get tagged as spam. Next is to use a software like Streak CRM to see if people have opened your emails, okay? Because without Streak CRM, you're just not sure if people have opened them or not. But with Streak CRM, you can actually see if people open your emails, which lets you know who you should follow up with and who you might want to leave alone. And next is to understand the concept of more better. All right. So let's say you're doing the WPSE email method and you're getting like one or two. Let's say you're getting 2 clients a month. All right. And a way that you can get 3 clients a month is either doing more emails, so more volume, or making your emails better. All right. So that's exactly where you want to go if you're trying to scale this up and get more clients. Calendly plus Zoom. Calendly plus Zoom is the Wombo combo that you're going to want to implement when you're actually closing sales calls. Because with Calendly, they can book on there. You can set exactly what times you have in your booking, and then it will automatically switch to whatever time zone they're in as soon as they click the link, okay? So it's a lot easier than saying, hey, so my time zone is this, and what time are you free 3 days from now? I mean, that's just so confusing, and it's not going to be a great way to actually set up calls. And then when you're on Calendly, it automatically gives them a Zoom link, so there'll be no confusion there either. You can also close calls on Instagram. All right, so if you're outreaching to somebody on Instagram, there's actually a call feature built in right there, so you don't have to worry about sending a Calendly. You could just be like, hey, do you want to hop on a call real quick right now? Right, and a lot of clients actually want to go for this because maybe they're like waiting in line at a grocery store and they're like, screw it, whatever. I'll get on a quick call with this dude and actually chat with them, rather than I got to go all the way home. I got to set up my laptop. I got to put on my webcam and take out my notes and do all this other stuff. Right, that's a lot more of a commitment. And before we move on, chances are you definitely have some questions. All right, so be sure to ask those questions down in the comments. All right. If you have no questions, just go down there and comment anyways if you guys are getting any value from this. All right. Because we got a lot more to cover, my people. A lot more to cover. Outreach method number 2. All right. This one's actually a lot easier. It's just called the network outreach method. Okay. So the network outreach method. Essentially, you type everyone you know into a Word document or a spreadsheet or whatever. Okay. So you get clear on every single person that you know that you have in affiliation to. All right. The reason why is because it's much easier to outreach and get hired from people that you know than it is from people that you have no idea who they even are. All right. And this could save you a ton of time potentially. All right. Next, you want to start a conversation with them, not send them an outreach or anything stupid. Literally just start a conversation with them. Okay. Next, mention to them that you are starting digital marketing. Oh, interesting. And then simply ask if they know anyone that they could get started with, implying that you could work for them potentially. Then you want to end off with revealing your LRO, your low risk offer or risk reversal, which is, of course, your free trial period / you'll work for exchange for testimonial, your commission based / revenue share, or a small $300 to $600 discovery project. Why? Well, the reason being is because, see, when you're actually speaking to these people, the chances are they might not want to work with you right off the get-go, or they might not know somebody right off the get-go. But when you leave them with an LRO, now they're going to have that idea in their head where they're like, okay, well, I know this dude is not going to try to charge me $5K or $2K. It's just going to be a small project to see if I could use him. And since I do like him, or he's friends with such and such who I do like, I might as well give him a shot, or I might as well pass him off to my other homie who has a business. All right. So this is a very, very effective way. And before you think, oh, well, I don't know anybody. I mean, that's what everybody says when they hear about a method like this. But the chances are that you know somebody, all right? Somebody, or you know somebody who knows somebody, all right? Anything that you can get, actually do this. Actually write down everybody you know. Even if you're sitting there saying, I don't know anybody, do it anyways, okay? Do it anyways. It'll only take you like 5 minutes, all right? It'll only take you 5 minutes, and the downside is essentially nothing. The upside is literally a life-changing client. All right. So keep that in mind. So here's an actual conversation example that you might have. Okay. So homeboy posted a McLaren on his story, and he said, this thing is nuts. Next year will be my first supercar. Mark my words. And I said, hey man, can't wait to see which supercar you get. I still remember when you picked me up in the Nissan Altima to give me a ride to work. All right. So this is like, let's say I had a coworker or a guy that I used to work with, and all of a sudden he went on and started his own business. Well, now I could say something like this, like, hey, bro, remember the good old days when you picked me up in the Nissan? True story, by the way. I did own a Nissan. He said, yeah, man, good old days. For sure, bro. Also wanted to ask something real quick. You've been an inspiration to me, not going to lie. Decided I'm going to get myself into the digital marketing space. You or anyone you know have any need for an extra hand? Just looking to get some results and some testimonials first. If not, that's cool too. I thought I'd give it a shot. So there's a lot to unpack here, okay? First and foremost, notice the messaging, all right? I don't send one big block of text because one big block of text is scary and it's non-consumable, all right? To make it as consumable as possible, meaning easy to read, we want it to be kind of like bullet points, right? So small sentences after small sentences. For sure, bro. Also wanted to ask, inspiration, you or anyone you know need a hand, just looking to get some results or some testimonials first. Exactly. So that's kind of a way to alluding to the LRO. And then, of course, I give them permission to say no. Giving people permission to say no is the number one thing that you can do to avoid people ghosting you. People ghost you because their lack of a response is essentially their response. It's them saying no without having to say no. So if you give them permission to say no, essentially what you're saying is, hey, if you say no, I'll actually stop messaging you. Because a lot of people will say no to somebody's outreach, and then that person outreaching will just try to convince them even more and be even more pushy. And it's just annoying. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to deal with that. So by giving them permission to say no, now you're mitigating that. So good for you, man. Look forward to seeing your progress. Nobody comes to mind at the moment, but I'll keep an eye out, brother. I said, cool, man. Much appreciated. Keep in touch. And that's literally all you really need. Now, I know most people will be like, oh, well, bro, that you took an L because you didn't actually start to work with him. No, essentially it's planting seeds, right? When you're doing this copywriting thing, you want to have as many maybes, as many possible opportunities as you can, all right? The reason why is because that actually is how things go with all of sales and with all of business, all right? You get 25 maybes. If your goal is to get 25 maybes, eventually you're just going to get a yes. That's just how things happen, all right? I remember the biggest income jump for me was when I was working with a whole bunch of free clients, and those free clients that I was working with, meaning like I was on free trial with them, I got to know everybody on their team. One of the people on their team switched companies, and that company that they switched to needed a copywriter. Who did they reach out to? They reached out to me. And I would have never had that I would have never had that opportunity if I didn't work with a whole bunch of people for free, expand my network. Now a whole bunch of people know what I have to offer. They know that I actually know what I'm talking about and that I have knowledge. I have valuable skills. I can pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how opportunity just finds you. All right. There's no such thing as luck in this. It really just comes down to how many people know you, how many people know what you do, and how good you are at what you do. More outreach principles from my boy. Outreach principles number 5. Sales is 80% attitude and just 20% methods. Just like outreach. Outreach is basically the same thing too, except outreach isn't about attitude is more of about like testing to see what works, and only 20% methods, right? Methods are cool. Like tactics are cool. A sales tactic is like saying the price and then being quiet. Or a sales tactic is like asking them what their dream income is, right? These are things that's like, yeah, okay, sure, but that's not going to be the determining factor of whether you close it or not. Sales is an 80% attitude, which means your communication skills. How do you carry yourself? Are you a professional? Are you sitting there stuttering, going, I don't really know? Or are you actually affluent? Do you just speak well? Are you well-spoken? Can he tell that you know what you're talking about? These are all things that matter so much more than a stupid sales tactic or sales script, okay? This is why I'm not a fan of sales scripts. I'm big on just practicing your communication, right? That's what got me to where I am. So, next, another outreach principle, number 6. Free should never be the main part of your offer, just the cherry on top, right? I already kind of covered this, but exactly. I thought that I'd give it its own section because that is actually how important that it is. Free should never be the main part, all right? Because when you're free, here's the thing, right, is that free is kind of controversial in the freelancer space. Because on one hand, people are like, no, you shouldn't offer your services for free because when you offer your services for free, people know that you're not going to be very good, right? And on the other hand, people are like, okay, well, you need to start working for free so that you can get the on-the-job experience and get the resume and get the skills, right? And neither are necessarily wrong. They're both kind of right. So the best of both worlds is to do work for free, but not have free be the main part of your offer, right? What if someone comes up to you and they're like, hey, bro, I'll give you a free trim. Cut up your beard, cut up your hair for free. You're like, hell no. You know that dude's going to mess you up. But on the other hand, what if a dude, right, comes up to you and he's like, hey, bro, look at all these sick ass fades that I did. I did all these fades for these dudes and I trimmed up their beards real nice. And then you're like, oh, damn, they're looking fresh. You mind cutting me up? And he's like, yeah, sure, bro, I'll do it. I'll actually do it for free if you let me take a picture afterwards and like show everybody so I can show you off. And you'd be like, okay, dope. That sounds awesome. The same exact offer, essentially, except it's just offered differently, right? It's the same thing, but it's just offered differently. And that's exactly what you want to keep in mind as well. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Professor 4D. So we are going to our third outreach method already. Okay, it's called the WPSE IG DM plus notification stacking method. I probably could have came up with the catchy name, but I wanted it to be self-explanatory. So I'm just going to show you exactly how it works. All right. The IG WPSE notification stacking method. It's literally a tongue twister. Jesus. All right. So prospecting using the IG prospecting guide below until you find suitable potential clients. Step 1, of course. All right. We're prospecting on Instagram this time. Next, we want to DM them an icebreaker. All right. An icebreaker or an opener. Something casual and non-salesy. This gets you into their primary tab. And guys, on Instagram, there are so many people marketing to you all up in your DMs, talking about some, yo, man, I have this profitable trading strategy. Just send me $50 and you'll get 200 back in a couple days. Like all this crazy stuff, all this prince from Nigeria trying to scam you. And we have to come off as the exact opposite of that. I'm going to show you exactly how as we go on. Next, you want to like a couple of the pictures. Very self-explanatory, but like a couple of the pictures. All right. Next, leave a 2-sentence genuine comment under their post ending with DM'd you, by the way. All right. 2-sentence genuine comment under their post ending with DM'd you, by the way. So, of course, they'll get a notification that they've seen that. And if they didn't get a notification that that you messaged them right away in their DMs, which they don't because you're in the request tab, now they're actually going to get a notification and they might actually check it. The reason why we do the actual 2-sentence genuine comment is because, you know, when people comment on your post, DM'd you, 9 times out of 10, it's some weird, shady, scammy stuff. All right. So if you leave a genuine, personalized comment, now they know that you're a human being. You are actually intaking their contents and you want to talk to them. And it'll make you a lot more likely to actually get replied to or at least seen in the DMs. Once they reply in the DMs, complete the WPSE method in a more conversational style. Of course, I'll give you guys examples of exactly how that would go. But this one can't obviously be as templated because there's no template for a conversation, right? I mean, you can't map out everything someone is going to say. So I'll give you guys a few examples. So this is the example of my comment in my DM. So I commented on this dude, Tyson 4D's post. Don't know who he is. But I just commented, whip is nasty in a good way, because he's right there by his, I don't know what that is, some sort of Lamborghini Camaro thingy. I'm not really sure. Wonder how many horsepower is in that beast and how much is in the car too. See, I'm being a little bit witty. Sent you a DM, by the way. And then I sent him a DM, and the DM starts with quick question, and then the rest of it is below, okay? So that's exactly how I did it. And this is essentially how you can do it too. So notice in the comment, I'm commenting literally something personal about the actual post, all right? Not, hey bro, love the content, DM'd you by the way. Terrible, not personal at all right? This comment would only work for this post, all right? And also ask yourselves that, okay? So when you're wondering how personalized things are, or if they're personalized enough, ask yourself, would this work for anybody else? If the answer is yes, then you're not personalized enough, all right? So outreach principle number 7, understand and use touch points to your advantage. Okay, so the notification part of this method really comes from touch points. All right, and I mean touch points is a business term that I'll tell you guys about right now. Right, but understand again, this is another lesson, kind of an aside from this, is that copywriting is business, obviously, and business lessons apply to copywriting, and a lot of copywriters don't see that. Right, copywriters, they show up to the job and they're like, okay, well, I'm here to write some stuff, and I'm just going to write some stuff, and then I'm just going to make a bunch of money. I'm telling you, if you want to be as successful as possible, understand business when you're in copywriting, okay? Understand the greater theory around what you're doing and around marketing. So understand touch points. So a great example of touch points is Coca-Cola. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't know what Coca-Cola is. But why would they run all these ads? Why does Coca-Cola have one of the biggest marketing budgets in the world? Why does Coca-Cola literally have Super Bowl commercials if everybody already knows who they are and what it is? Reason being is because of touch points. The more that you see something, the more that you see someone, the more familiar you become with it. The more familiar you become with it, the more you will start to like it, trust it. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. All right? And you need that to be you. So them seeing you under their comments, liking some of their pictures, also in their DMs, it's going to go a long way. This is also why the omni-channel follow-up approach is important as well. But we're not there yet. Okay, we're going to get to that. All right, we're going to get to that. Outreach principle number 8. Multiple short messages are so much better than one big text block. All right, one big text block is scary. You don't want that. A whole bunch of multiple short messages is what you want. Outreach principle number 9, simple yes or no questions. Okay, guys, remember, simple yes or no questions, so much better than complicated long answer questions. We don't need those. So how do we actually prospect on Instagram? All right, good. So we're going to learn how to actually find these clients, and then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about qualifying the clients, all right? Because a lot of people spend a lot of their time in the outreach stages, outreaching, perfecting their outreach this, outreach that. What about the people that you're outreaching to? A lot of the times, if you spent a little bit extra time on your prospecting, your outreach would go a lot better. And of course, we're going to get into that. So Instagram prospecting. It's important, highly, highly important to be efficient with your prospecting, okay? Efficient and targeted. You'll see how. So I come across my ideal prospect right here. Now, so there's a few methods, all right? I'm going to share them with you now. Essentially, the first method is scrolling through Instagram, and you're going to get a bunch of ads. All right. These ads are going to be tailored to you. So usually whatever you watch or whatever you look up. Now, of course, I've been in business for a while. I follow a lot of business people. I watch a lot of business stuff. So I get a lot of business ads. Maybe you're something different. Maybe your ads aren't something that you want to outreach to, right? Maybe your ads are for like lipstick. I don't know why your ads would be for lipstick, but just an example. So now it's like, okay, well, Instagram ads prospecting doesn't really work. So what you would need to do is go to some of your ideal clients, right? Click around on their stuff. And then once you start getting ads for them, actually click on the ads. And now that you've clicked on the ads, that tells Instagram, okay, this dude is more interested in this topic. And then you're going to get the proper ads on your Instagram to click, all right? That's how I found this guy. So essentially, this method that I'm about to show you now, like the new prospecting method, works like this, okay? So you find somebody, which is this dude. You see that he's following 378 people, and he has 115,000 followers. Beautiful. This is exactly what we want, All right. And you can tell he's a business owner for a few reasons. Okay. One, first of all, he has the blue check mark. Now, of course, we're in 2023. We all know that the blue check mark is just like a $5 subscription. Joe Schmo up the street can have a blue check mark. But it still shows that he's paying for the subscription so that he can look professional. Next, I'll turn your IG. So you see he has his bio set up correctly, right? His bio is set up exactly how you want it to be set up. He clearly has a business account, which is what we like. And then you see this little red box right here and this red box right here. So the two methods essentially are you can go through his following list. Since he's only following 300 people, chances are he's following a bunch of business owners. All right. Also, this is a guy who sells business to business, which means he's selling mentorship programs or whatever to business owners, which means he's going to follow business owners. Okay. This is exactly why his following list is essentially going to be all the people who he's marketing to. So he's marketing to business owners who want to grow their business. You're marketing to business owners who want to grow their business. So it is literally just a list of prospects that you can reach out to. Next is the suggested tab. Okay. When you click on this, a whole bunch of profiles will show up that are essentially just a bunch of people who share the same audience as him. All right. So a bunch of profiles just like him. Two very easy ways you can find a efficient list of prospects to reach out to. Literally 2 taps. Okay. Open up Instagram. First thing you're going to see is an ad. Tap on the ad. Next, all you need to do is tap on either following or tap on suggested. 2 taps and you have a full list of potential clients you can outreach to. So just to highlight that fact, we have potential client right here. It says real estate investing. Okay. So you click on that. Blue check mark, you click on that. Now this dude doesn't look like a business owner. It's just a picture of him in a red sweater as his DM picture. And there's nothing businessy about his name or his username. Okay. So this is a guy that we might skip. Remember, we want to be as efficient as possible here. So we'd skip that. This dude, Ravi, I know for a fact that he owns a business, but even if I didn't, look at him. He's in a suit with a white background. Clearly he has a business. All right. This other dude, Insta Coach Mike. Okay. So he has coach in his name. And he has 7-figure business in his, also in his name, and he has a blue check mark. So obviously he has a business. Other dude down here, blue check mark, and obviously a business, right? So it's really, really easy to just go ahead and outreach to these dudes because the ones who have a business is not difficult. All right. And then once you come to these dudes, now look, what do you have? Okay. So real estate investing guy, and he has a link tree. All right. A link tree shows a whole bunch of ways that you can contact him as well. And then over here, you see he has over 1,000 followers. So he's not going to be the type of guy that we want to go through his follower list because also he only has 6,000 followers. So he's a small dude. All right. He's a small dude, but still a lot of these guys sell what's called high ticket, which means they're selling $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 packages if it's to like businesses. Okay. So these dudes could be making literally 7 figures, which means $1 million a year with only a few thousand followers. So, you'd want to go around his profile and learn more about him to see how his business kind of runs. And then he would definitely be worth outreaching to. Also notice that when it comes to guys like this, it's like I follow a bunch of other copywriters and a bunch of other copywriters follow me. So if they were under here, like you get to see if how outreached to they have been. All right. This guy only has 2 people that I know following him, and neither of them are copywriters. So you can be assured that most likely this dude isn't the most outreached to guy around. So he'd be even more worth outreaching to, especially if you're a beginner, which remember, I'm showing you guys the complete beginner stage, how to get your first client in only your first couple days, ideally. All right. Next up, we have this dude, blue check mark, not that many followers, but just like I said, he could still be making a lot of money. $500,000, 500. It says 500K. Interesting. Yeah, $500,000 organic monthly recurring revenue for clients. So as you can see, he's doing big numbers. I help coaches/consultants go viral on YouTube. Simply DM me to blow up your personal brand. This guy has a business. He sounds pretty professional, even though he doesn't have many followers. He only has some top guys following him, not any copywriters. So again, worth outreaching to. This dude over here, 139,000. And as you can see, they also have their email on their profile sometimes, which makes it very, very, very easy to outreach to them, not only on Instagram, but also follow up them on email as well. Okay. And then over here, this dude, money making type of bio. And he said he helps seven-figure business. Okay, so he says he helps seven-figure business owners. And as you can see here, he actually has a photo with Patrick Bet David, okay, with PBD. If you don't know who he is, you're literally living under a rock. So he runs the YouTube channel Valuetainment, which is one of the biggest YouTube channels that there are. You are never going to contact PBD, Patrick Bet David. You just never will, okay? He's way too big. But this dude essentially is buddy-buddy with him. He has a whole bunch of pictures with PBD, and he works with PBD. So if you get it in with some dude like this, right? Let's say you help this dude grow his business or whatever. He works somewhere closely with Patrick. All right. So maybe, you could even get in with Patrick one day if you do a good job for this guy. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys is that the more people the more free clients you sign up with, you're going to start expanding your network. I've gotten so many 3K and 4K a month clients just from the people I know from working with the small or free trial deal. So guys, of course, you probably have a bunch of questions, and that's all right. Even if you don't have any questions and you're getting value so far, guys, go down below this video and leave some comments. Let me know what you think, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, queries. Make sure you get the engagement up on this video, because this video is another huge one, all right? Another huge nuclear value bomb. And of course, guys, I upload videos like this all of the time, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell, the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so that you actually get notified every time I upload, because every upload is a banger. You don't want to miss one. So now we need to talk about 2 to 4K clients within 30 days, all right? And this is how we unlock your freedom. So most likely you watching this either have a 9-to-5 job, or you're in college, or probably in high school, all right? Needless to say, you don't want to be stuck in those things for longer than you have to be, all right? And this is exactly where I want to help you guys. So for me, right, my first 2 to 4K a month client, boom, job gone. Job gone. What are you talking about? Get that job out of here, all right? And I want the same for you guys, because 2 to 4K a month is a life-changing amount of money for most people, all right? And it's more than achievable within 30 days. And I'll show you exactly how. And of course, there's proof, all right? $2,620 payment started 2 weeks ago. LOL. We got Daniel over here made, I don't even know how much this is. I'm not going to do any quick maths on that. That's like maybe 2K or something. Daniel again. So he said he did a $1,500 landing page plus welcome sequence and another $1,500 for the same thing in her other coaching business. So that's 3K in total right there. Boom. Then we have Bamberg down here who said, once I complete this job, it will be $2,200 from my 3 clients. Boom. Octavan out here. Geez, I think I closed my first retainer client. 2K a month. 2K for the first month. Just got off a call. Bam. Mr. Octavan. 16 years old, by the way. Just saying, 16 years old. 16-year-old can do it, bro. Why couldn't you? Next, Dennis, of course. 1.5K for a sales page. Over here, Surgeon. $1,700. Boom. All right. Now, of course, I'm not trying to bore you guys with wins here, but of course, I need you guys to know how possible it is. All right. And of course, there's a lot more in the Discord, but I'm just going to keep it at that. All right. So setting up your IG for success. All right. So this is something that we need to understand here at this point, because when it comes to actually getting your higher paying clients, you're going to have to develop your strategy a little bit more. All right. So one of the things that you're going to want to do at this point is setting up your Instagram for success. All right. So when you're doing Instagram outreach, your Instagram will be a multiplier. It will be a huge lever. If you have your Instagram set up right, then remember, leverage is the difference between what you put in and what you get out. So if you do it right, you can get, 1 client for every 100 outreaches. Let's say that. But if you do it wrong, you'll be somewhere like 1 client for every 400 outreaches. Needless to say, you want to have your Instagram set up properly. So this is what kind of Instagram that you want to have set up. So very clear. So very clear picture of his face. All right. I would say you probably want to buy the blue check mark just because it adds a little bit more. Believability to your account, right? And of course, blue check mark doesn't actually mean anything, but it feels like it means something, right? That's all that matters. Perception is reality. And then, of course, you want to have a bio kind of set up like this guy, all right? So an emoji and then a little bit about what you do, right? You don't need to have like a link or anything in your bio, but your bio should be what you do. Don't need a link. And then you want to have some highlights. Highlights are important. So you want to have pretty much the exact highlights that he has here. So your client results. So what copywriting clients have you worked for and done writing for? What kind of results have you gotten them, right? So right here, let's say I only have like one client. I can still put multiple posts here. So I can send out an email. The email gets 35% open rates or 40% open rates, which is really good. Or my client says, hey man, we just made $5,000 off that email. Good job. I put that in there. Or I ask my client, hey man, can you get on video and do a testimonial for me? He says, yeah, sure. He takes a quick video, you put that on there. Those are 3 important pieces of content that you got from one client that is going to make everyone else, all the rest of your clients or potential clients, be like, yo, this dude's actually out here getting it. All right, this dude's out here doing it. He's getting results for people. People are liking his work. Maybe I'll give him a shot. And that's all you really need to change your life. One person saying, whatever, I'll give him a shot, will literally change your life, okay? A little bit about you and your life, and a little bit about you yourself. All right, so these can just be random snaps, whatever, and this can just be a little bit more about you. But this, of course, the client results is the most important one. And then next, you can have pinned posts. All right, pinned posts are important because they are the very, very first thing that people are going to see. And you can also change your little thumbnails there as well. So naturally, when you outreach to people that are going to check out your Instagram profile, right? And this is so much better than a website. Copywriters always ask me, Tyson, should I make a website? Should I have a website where I send people, or should I make some sort of funnel? Guys, your Instagram profile is your funnel. Trust me right now when I'm telling you, I'm spilling absolute sauce right now, because with the website, people don't want to go there. People don't want to click on it. On Instagram, you don't even have to say, check out my Instagram. People will already check out your Instagram. If you have some things like here, like for example, you just write in the thumbnail, how I made my client 30K in 1 month. Boom, that's it, with my emails. And then it could be a short reel, or it could just be photos of exactly what you did. So step 1, I did this. Step 2, I did this. Step 3, I did this, and like a carousel. Boom, that's it. And then something else that's kind of value building like that, right? And then maybe pin another post of you just looking high value, doing some high value stuff. As you see homeboy here, he's up on stage teaching a class. What if you had a picture of you next to a whiteboard writing down some stuff, right? Even if you didn't have an audience, even if you whatever, bro, you'd still look like a G. And that's the thing. Instagram is about looking like a G, period. All right. So the goal with your Instagram, of course, is to show what you know, show that you can get results, look like a G, and also just show up on camera and speak so that they see you as more trustworthy. All right. Very, very important things. Outreach principle number 10. Outreach exists on a spectrum, okay? And this, especially when you're going for the 2 to 4K a month clients, is something that you have to know, all right? Here's the outreach spectrum. On one side, you have high volume and less personal. This is things like blasting out emails or SMS blasting, which is basically like text message blasting, right? This is best for beginners, but understand you're probably only going to get $200 clients or free trial clients. This is how you get your first clients. All right. It's not very difficult. It's not very hard. You might send 40 outreaches a day, right? Or more. And then on the other side, you have low volume, hyper personalized. All right. Best for advanced people who want to get $2,000 a month clients. All right. Reason being is because let's say you are a real business owner. You're making $1 million every single year. You have people outreaching to you all the time, especially the high volume, less personal route. Those ones are completely ignored, and completely ignored, because they're probably some dude who essentially just wants free money. All right. It's a lot easier to get those clients when you start going for this up here. And another thing, right, is that the $2,000 a month clients are, there's not like 1 million of them, right? There's not 100,000 of them. There's a lot less. So if you're going for these bigger companies, you're not going to have as many people. So you don't want to burn through your prospecting list with these low quality emails and just go through everybody. And now they're like, okay, well, this dude sent me some robotic DM that sounds like he just made it in ChatGPT, so I'm not going to reply to him anymore. But essentially, if you send them something hyper personalized, like a video of you speaking, for example, then they're gonna be like, wow, this dude's a real person. He actually took out all this effort to outreach to me. Maybe I'll give him a chance, right? That's how the higher up guys think, okay? And you don't want to do this if you're just starting out, because you don't know how to make a good hyper-personalized outreach. All right. When you start right here, you want to go over to this side, and I'll show you exactly what these outreach methods look like, because they're quite a bit different from these methods out here on the left. So outreach method number 4, or number 1 for the 2 to 4K a month clients, 2 to 4K a month client goal, is the mini VSL method. So how does it actually work? The mini VSL method, and you can use it on any platform, right? Instagram, email, LinkedIn, goddamn, anything. So first of all, send them a personal and witty opener, of course. So this could be anything. Like if it's on Instagram, you could reply to their story and say like, yo, this is cool, or just talk about it. Or on Instagram, you could send them a compliment, and then you could let it marinate, all right? Because you don't want to send them a compliment and then pitch them right away, because that looks sleazy. So opener, and then compliment them, and then as well, of course, marinate. And then the next thing you can do is just ask them an open-ended question about their product or service. All right, because then they're going to be like, oh, this person's asking about my product. Maybe they want to buy. Okay, that's probably the most likely way that they're going to reply to you. Next up, ask them if it would be okay to send them a quick video. Okay, so of course I have examples and stuff, but the way you want to frame this is, hey, kind of like the WPSE email. Like, hey, I noticed some things. Can I send you a quick video where I point them out and show them to you? Then they're probably going to be like, yeah, because it's just like, can I send you a video? They're just going to say, sure. Then you send them either an unpersonalized video with their name written on it, and this is your mini VSL. So you can send them an unpersonalized video with their name written on it afterwards, or a personalized video with their name written on it, of course. So why and how? So when you send them an unpersonalized video, this is essentially your mini video sales letter. Okay, this is essentially a video of you speaking a little bit about what you do, what kind of results you've gotten before, and asking if they'd be open to talk about this more. All right, and the actual scripts and the videos that I've used to get clients are in the free copy starter kit down in the description as well. So send them an unpersonalized video with their name written on it. So the reason why you want to write their name on it is because it makes it feel more personalized, even though it's unpersonalized. The great thing about the unpersonalized method is that you take the video once and you never have to do it over and over and over and over and over again for every single prospect, even though you can, all right? Doing it over and over and over again, I previously have revealed on my channel, and I refer to it as the video intro DM, kind of where you're just getting in front of the camera, saying hello to that specific person and introducing yourself. The mini VSL method is a little bit different because it's an unpersonalized video. And of course, you put their name on it so that when they see the thumbnail, they'll be like, oh, they sent me not only a video, but a video with my name on it. So it's a video that's made specifically for me. Okay. And it's something really easy you can do. You can go on Snapchat or something, or even Instagram, put it on your story, and then type something on it and screenshot it. And then boom, that's the first, type something on your story and then download it. And then that's your mini VSL. In your mini VSL, you're going to give them an easy CTA, all right? So, hey, my name is this. This is what I do. Here are some of the results I've gotten. I'm not sure if this would be right for you or not, but if you'd like to talk about it more, just send me a quick DM. Boom, that's it. Speak with them further about how you can help them after they see your video and they're like, hey, man, great video. Thanks for it, right? Because people are very, very appreciative when you send them videos. And this is the stuff that most people are not doing, right? A lot of people ask me, Tyson, what's the secret outreach method that's going to get me the most clients? The answer is usually the most difficult one, right? Whatever is the most personalized and most difficult outreach that you can really think of. Why is that? Well, think of my YouTube channel, for example, right? I mean, I bring it back to this because this is what I know and what I'm working on constantly. But again, when you are actually, people ask me what's the secret to blowing up on YouTube? It's like, okay, the secret to blowing up on YouTube is to upload a crazy amount of videos, upload more than everybody else, upload better videos than everyone else. The secret is just do the stuff better than everyone else does it. The reason as to why nobody does that is because it's hard, right? So if you do what's hard, then the thing is going to be way, way, way easier, okay? That's the secret behind every secret, right? People want to know what the secret is, but here's the thing, all right? If there was a secret that was easy, everybody would do it. It wouldn't be a secret anymore. And because everybody's doing it, it wouldn't be effective. Okay. Videos are so effective because most people don't want to do them because they don't want to get on camera. They don't want to outreach like that. They just don't want to. But this is the secret sauce. I'm telling you guys, every single thing that you want lies just outside of your comfort zone. All right. So let's get it. Speak with them further about how you can help them. And then, of course, ask to hop on a quick call with them to discuss more, kind of like we've already shown. So coming up with your mini VSL, what does it actually consist of? The shorter the better, guys. Ideally 2 to 3 minutes maximum. All right. Ideally like a minute long, 60 seconds. Boom. That'd be dope. Next, you want to sell the conversation, not your services. All right. So don't sell your services. Don't talk about, hey man, I want to offer you this and we're going to do this for you and blah, 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 blah. You don't want any of that. Okay. You essentially just want, this is what I do. This is some of the results I've gotten before. This is who I've worked with, right? I've worked with all these other great entrepreneurs. And of course, this is the 2 to 4K a month section now. Okay. Remember that. So you already have clients at this point. So you want to sell the conversation, not your services. So would you like to talk about that further? Or would you be open to talking about that more? And of course, you're going to want to use your copywriting prowess. At this stage, right, you should know a little bit about copywriting, a little bit about how to intrigue. All right. And understanding this is going to make your mini VSL way better. And then you're going to want to use the exact examples inside of the copy starter playbook. All right. See, when you look through all the examples, it's like I said, you get to look at everything, see all the templates, all the examples. You can kind of mix and match them up to however you see fit, and then you can use them and innovate like that. All right. So innovating is not really as difficult as people make it out to be. You don't sit there and look at a blank document and think, okay, well, I got to innovate. I got to come up with something. It's nothing like that. Okay. You take all of the stuff that you know is good, you combine it all, you try different things, and then you test it all. Okay. It really doesn't take that much brain calories, my boys. Outreach principle number 11. Asking for a call should always come from curiosity, not promise. Okay. So it's a lot like proof is heavier than promise, essentially, but approach it from a sense of curiosity. Maybe this will work. I'm not really sure because I don't know enough about your business, but if you'd be open to hopping on a call, we could figure out if it could work or not for you. All right. This is the best way to come about it. Best way of all time to come about it. And it reminds me of a very common objection handle, right? People are like, hey man, I don't want to get on a call with you because I don't know if you can help me, or I don't think you can help me. The objection handle to that is, yeah, well, I mean, I'm not really sure I could help you either. That's why I just wanted to get on, talk about this for probably about 60 seconds and see if it could help you or not. Is that kind of fair enough? Because that lowers people's guard and they're like, oh, well, I mean, I guess we can, sure. I guess we can give it a shot, because that makes people feel like they're not sold to. But if you're like, hey man, I'm not really sure if this will work for me, and you're like, yeah, it will, then it's like, now all of a sudden you're essentially trying to argue sell them, and that never ever goes well. So here's like a quick example of a personalized / non-personalized mini VSL. Hey, hopefully I'm not interrupting you mid-auction. Remember, we got that line from ChatGPT. Hey, hopefully I'm not interrupting you mid-auction as you're about to close yet another real estate deal. But I was checking out your Instagram / YouTube funnel and wanted to bring to your attention a few ways that we could add some extra revenue to your bottom line. You're probably wondering who I am and why you should care. Long story short, I'm a digital marketer who specializes in email marketing. You can skim over my Instagram profile to learn a bit more. But if this is something you'd be open to talk about more, just send me a quick reply and we can talk more about it. Okay, boom. So that was something very short, right? Very, very short. I mean, this is honestly like half a script, but understand that, I've given you a whole bunch of templates in this video so you can kind of add them where you see fit. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can add in here, right? You can add some of the people that you've worked with, some of the results that you've gotten before. You can add some more specific stuff about, you can mention their Instagram or YouTube by name. There's so much you can do, right? And of course, if you do like a little VSL like this and you work with some big names, name dropping is always a really huge thing that can help. We're going to talk about name dropping a little bit more. But if you're like, yeah, I worked with Ty Lopez before, or I worked with clients like Jason Capital, I worked with guys like Bedros Keuilian, all of a sudden that authority instantly shoots up, okay? Next is mini VSL mastery. So how exactly do we master this? So you can go the personalized or less personalized route, okay? Kind of just like I said, you can go personalized or unpersonalized. It's up to you. Of course, if you're more of the beginner route, I would go unpersonalized. If you're more of you already have a 2 to 4K month client and you want to get another one per se, I would go a lot more personalized, okay? Then you want to get a little bit creative with the script and of course innovate, kind of like I said. Next, The CTA can be to discuss more, to send them a Loom video, or to have a quick chat over IG call. These are 3 different CTAs that you can use. So discuss more is really easy because all they have to do to reply is just say, yeah, sure. Okay. Send a Loom video. Again, all they have to do is say, yeah, sure. But when you send them a Loom video, now you're doing even more work and more effort and more value up front. Okay. Building even more trust with that person. So here's what some people do. They do a little mini VSL, and at the end of the mini VSL, they say, hey, if you want to learn more about it, I can send you another quick video where I actually go through your funnel, your website, and speak about how this would all work. If you'd like to see that video, or you'd like me to send it over, just send me a message saying yeah, and I'll send it right over. Something of that nature. Or you say, hey, at the end of the thing, if you want to discuss this more, we could have a quick call over Instagram, just literally like whatever, 60 seconds, 120 seconds. And we can just go over all this stuff and see if it will work for you or not. Then you want to type their name onto the video so everything looks personalized and the thumbnail intrigues them, just like I said before. And you want to sharpen up your communication skills and show up like someone worth working with. Guys, I cannot tell you, okay, how many people take a video and they're like literally just looking at the camera like this and like, hey man, so my name is Tyson. I just wanted to say, yeah, if you want to make money, hit me up. All right, bye. It's like, damn, bro. You gotta, it's just like a sales call, okay? Show up with proper communication skills. Show them that you're articulate. Show them that you know what you're talking about. Show them that you are a professional and that you've done this before. It's so easy to tell an amateur. It's not even funny, okay? Just come out here like you're a professional. And trust me, it will make all the difference. If you guys want to know exactly what this looks like, this is exactly what this looks like. This is my Snapchat feed of me doing the personalized mini VSL method. Boom, 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 boom. And there's so much more too. I did this essentially all morning. Okay, so now we're at, of course, the best part. How to fast track to 5 to 10K every single month in only 90 days from now. Okay, so who has actually done it? Well, first and foremost, my boy Orestes. As you can see here, here's his big win. And then also we can check out that he's made 7.25K in deals in the last 36 hours. So he was making deals like crazy, and he was planning to hit $15,000 in that very month. Next, we have my boy Ian, which was all the way up at 6.3 in this particular win. But in a whole month, he reached the income of $8,800, right? And he also won the wins contest for that specific month, which was dope. And over here, of course, we have my boy Zenos at 18.6K this month, and he just turned 21. And of course, it all happened when he linked up with your boy. So how exactly did they do it? How did I do it? And how are you going to do it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to go into and go over in this section. But first, we need to understand what got you here won't get you there. Okay, so the game, and nobody ever makes this distinction. Okay, everybody would just say, use this outreach method, you'll get clients, you'll get this whatever result, right? But getting to 10K a month is much different from getting to 2K a month. Okay, so what got you here won't get you there. When it comes to 10K a month, you're going to have to be a lot more selective about what you do and how you do it, because you don't want to sit there and spend all of your time outreaching. You don't want to waste any time, because you need to prioritize everything. Okay, you need to come up with a strategy. Now, strategy is one of those words that people throw around a lot, but they don't really know what a strategy even is. What is a strategy? A strategy essentially is a list of priorities. Okay, and right here, I'm going to tell you exactly what to prioritize to get you to this level. So outreach method number 5, the 100 funnel. All right, this one is huge. This one's important. You might have also heard it been called the Dream 100 something, Dream 100 list. But yeah, this has been a method for quite a while now. But the way that I do it is a bit differently. And of course, I'm going to show you that. But essentially, it's set up like a funnel. If you don't know what a sales funnel is, I have a full free sales funnel course on the channel. But long story short, essentially, it is your customer journey. Okay, so it is exactly what you say to them from the time that you see them or the time that you first make contact to the time that they actually give you money. So the 100 funnel, what does it actually look like? What does it entail? So you spend a full 2 to 3 days prospecting the top companies that you would like to work with. All right, that's it. That's all you do for 2 to 3 days, just prospecting. And then essentially you never really have to prospect again. And I'll show you why. Put all of their names into a spreadsheet. Next, on a daily basis, you're going to send out 5 to 10 outreaches / follow-ups, maybe even a little bit more if you want, a day to these businesses. All right. So very low volume. Why is the volume so low? Because the volume is so low because the personalization is high. Okay. Very, very, very high. You want to use the highest personalization outreaches you can really do. All right. The way you want to think of it again is, okay, I only have one outreach to send for the rest of my life. What is it going to be? All right. Obviously, you would make it an absolute banger, and you would stop at nothing to make it the absolute most valuable outreach possible. Okay. You don't want to do this when you're first beginning, of course, because then you're spending too much time on each person for them to just be like, well, you don't have any experience, right? Here, you have the experience, you have the know-how, you know exactly what you're doing, and this is how you consistently get those high-paying clients efficiently. All right. I don't want you guys prospecting and doing 35, 100 outreaches a day. Because also when you do like 100 outreaches a day, none of them are going to be your ideal clients. You're going to get through all of your ideal clients in one day. All right. That's also not what we want. I want you guys to be working with your dream clients. When outreaching, use as much leverage as you humanly can, and picture every outreach like it will be your last, kind of like how I just explained. Once you've gone through all 100, do your best to get 10 to 20 engaged leads. Spend the most of your time providing value to them. What is engaged leads? Engaged leads are people who have spoken to you or talked to you, or maybe they say, no, I already have a copywriter. Maybe they say, hey, I'm not looking for a copywriter or somebody to fill that position right now. Or they basically just talk to you, or maybe even they just ghost you. All right. Even if they have a conversation with you and ghost you, those are still engaged leads because you know that they see what you're saying. Okay. And that is way more progress than a bunch of people not even reading your messages. All right. So you want to spend the majority of your time on the top 10 to 20 engaged leads. If you don't have 10 to 20 engaged leads, say you go through your whole list and you have 5, then you're going to go through that 95 again until you have the 10 to 20 engaged leads. Okay. And of course, like I said, spend most of your time providing value to the 10 to 20 engaged leads. This is doing things like Loom videos. This is doing things like personalized mini VSLs, doing things like the follow-ups that I'm about to show you that are high value follow-ups and high value outreach, right? This is what's going to make all the difference and actually unlock those high paying clients for you. So here's an example. All right, so it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to zoom in here. So as we can see, we have just a very, very, very simple sheet right here. So what's his name? His name is Joe. His Instagram username is whatever. His email is whatever, right? His email address. So you can set this up however you want, but this is like the simplest way you could really create it. Status, I put it as cold, no response. Okay, so essentially here, I created a drop-down menu. Now, if you guys don't know how to do this stuff, look, I'm not really going to give you a full tutorial on Excel sheets, all right? This stuff takes 2 seconds to learn, but it will save you a lot of time outreaching. Touch points. Touch points is like, how many times you've actually outreached to them or talked to them. Right here it says 5. Methods used. Well, I use the Instagram bait and switch, I use the name drop, and I use the chain of command. If you don't know what any of those are, it's okay. We're going to kind of gloss over those as we go. I have some bonus methods for you guys and some bonus follow-up methods. And we're on day 1. Okay, so this is what your funnel might look like. This is just one person. You want to get 100 people and keep track of where they are, right? This is also called a CRM, a client... I forget what it's called. I forget what the acronym, but it's basically client management, okay? You basically just keep track of everybody you're outreaching to. Okay, so now we're going to go through a few bonus methods that they're not worth their whole section, but of course, these are also things that you can try and add to your repertoire, add to your tools, your arsenals to actually get more clients. So method number 6 is the referral flywheel. Okay, now this is extremely important if you want to get clients with minimal to no outreach. All right, imagine outreaching, getting 1 client or 2 clients, and then never having to outreach again. That is essentially what I want for you, and here's how we can do it. So how to get copywriting client referrals. Okay, now the thing with copywriting client referrals is that referrals are huge. Okay, and knowing how to get referrals is a skill in and of itself, because when you know how to get referrals, you can get exponentially more clients, right? You can expand your network, and now you have, let's say, 10 people you've worked for, and let's say only 2 of them are paying you on retainer, meaning they're paying you monthly, and the other ones were just like one-off projects. The thing is that you are going to have a much better chance of always having work because you know so many people, you've worked for so many people before. And the thing with referrals is that clients love to give referrals. Clients love to refer people who have made that money to their business buddies, all right? Because think of it this way. Let's say I'm a businessman. I make whatever, a lot of money. And then some dude comes into my business and makes me an extra $40,000 every single month just with email marketing. I'm like, okay, dope. So let me hook up my other homie because, that's what business buddies do. Business buddies are useful to each other. So he'd say, hey, I made all this money with this dude. Do you want to tap in with him as well? And then he'd be like, oh yeah, for sure. Boom. That's how one client turns into two clients turns into 4 clients, and so on and so forth. Okay. If you can do this repeatably, you will be a copywriter who you'll be in the position where you'll be turning down work. Right? It literally happens so often. You literally get so many clients, so much work that people want you to do that you just can't do it all. And you just end up giving away clients. That stuff actually happens. So deliver exceptional results with above and beyond value. So what does that really mean? Exceptional results above and beyond value. Well, you can over deliver on 3 main things. Over deliver on the quality. Okay. That means they asked for something and they wanted it to be good and you got it to them and it was great. Over deliver on the quantity. They asked for 3 emails, give them 5. Okay. And over deliver on the deadline. They wanted it by Thursday, give it to them at Wednesday or Tuesday. These are 3 things that you can do to make clients actually want to give you referrals because you're showing up as an individual who is switched on. You're actually out here doing it. Next, do more than what you're paid for. Exactly. Kind of just like how I said. Next is develop a personal relationship with your clients. All right. So don't speak to them super corporate like. You don't have to just exclusively talk about conversion rates and open rates. Okay. You can slide up to their story or something, just say something personable and just have a quick chat with them. This will go a long way because the thing is, for your buddies, you would do anything for them. Like if you knew a guy and you were cool with them and you liked them, genuinely liked them, and he asked you, hey man, do you know anybody? You'd be like, yeah, for sure. Go with this dude. You actually want them to make as much money as possible. Whereas if it's just a business relationship, it's just business. So if you're asking them for something, then they might expect something in return. And it's just not what you want. That's not the angle that you want to go for. Okay. Next, you want to ask them if there's any other business owners that could use you because you got some extra time on your hands and would like to dedicate it to mastering your craft and doing more work. All right. Now, of course, this angle is strong because you're not saying, hey man, do you have any other work because I want more money? It's more like, hey man, do you have any other work because I want to get better so that I can better service all of my clients. If they say no, which they might say no, or I'll think about it, or maybe I'll ask around. That's a good thing. Okay. And then you want to ask for a video testimonial. Okay, this is a good way to do it. So if they say no, they don't know anybody, you can be like, oh, okay, no worries. Mind if I get a quick video testimonial, 30 to 60 seconds of how it's been working with me so that, I could build my social proof a little bit, maybe get some more clients. So again, I could master my craft and become better at it. Then, of course, you want to follow up your referral ask after you provide above and beyond value again. Okay, so obviously you don't want to ask them every 5 minutes, but a few days later, a few weeks later, especially after you've done something great for them, like they message you and they're like, hey man, that last thing you did was absolutely dope, love it. Then you want to follow up again, being like, okay, great. By the way, anybody else that could use me that you know? Another bonus method, the name drop / case study. All right, absolutely huge. I'm telling you guys, working with one huge client will absolutely change the rest of your life because you're able to say, hey man, I worked with this dude. He has this many followers, hundreds of thousands or millions. That will change your life forever because now you're able to say, of course, or when they ask, okay, well, have you worked with anyone? What kind of results have you gotten? Oh yeah, no big deal. I worked for Grant Cardone, made him a bunch of money. Then, obviously they're going to be much more likely to hire you because you're in their group. All right. So how to get clients using past experience as a follow-up or initial email, right? I usually do it as a follow-up, but mention who you've worked for in the past. So if you're following up with somebody and let's say they speak to you a little bit, but they ghost you, you can just message them something like, hey man, I just got finished a project with Grant Cardone and was able to get him some good results. I was wondering if this would be something that you'd be open to looking into as well. Boom. Very easy. But the main thing is just boom, Grant Cardone. See, I actually was outreached to by a podcast recently, and they're like, yeah, we're the #1 marketing podcast, and we have like over 5 million views a month, and we've had guys like Ty Lopez on our show. Boom, right there, I'm like, hey man, let's set it up. Enough said. Like literally right there, enough said. I'm down. Mention what type of results you've gotten before in the past, okay? So another thing you can do, maybe if your client doesn't have a huge name, you can say, hey man, I worked for such and such, right? And you can still tag them on Instagram, which is huge, all right? The thing with Instagram is that you can leave their username in the DM itself, and they'll be able to click on that username and actually see the person that you worked for. So say, hey man, I worked for this person and I actually got them a 70% conversion on their webinar opt-in, for example, right? You send that to them, they're like, okay, so he's gotten good results. Or you can say, I made him this much money. All right, two very good things that you can do. Next, showcase your results in reels and highlights on your Instagram profile, right? I kind of covered this quickly in the Instagram section, but again, this one's huge. All right. When you showcase your results, obviously that's going to make them, it's going to put them at ease. All right. Okay. Now, application domination. This is one I haven't spoken about at all before, but it's really, really good if you're in that middle stage, right? You already have a 2 to 4K a month client and maybe you want another one, or you just really, really want some more experience under your belt. You're cool with making 5K for the next 6 months. A lot of people for that'd be pretty life changing. So if that's you, then this could be big. So how to get clients through applying to job boards/openings. So first of all, you put together a fire resume plus cover letter/portfolio. All right. Now, actually research how to do this the best possible way and really actually put effort into it and create an actual document with it in there. All right. Maybe I'll make a video about how to actually do this, but that's what you want to do. All right. You want to make it as high quality as humanly possible. Next, you want to apply on job boards like Indeed. All right. Indeed isn't the only one, but it's the most unpopular one. So apply to job boards like Indeed. Next, you want to check the career tab on businesses' websites. This one's huge. All right. Because a lot of the times you'll come across these more corporate guys, like let's say, what was his name? Dave Ramsey, for example. He's a huge dude in credit and finance. So if you were to hit him up and say, hey man, I want to work with you, blah, 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 he's probably not going to answer because he probably doesn't even check his social media. But I remember actually going on his career tab or on his website, he had a career tab and he was actually looking for a copywriter. Okay. So these opportunities are everywhere. So if you're ever outreaching to a business, just check their career tab, right? Because you never know. Maybe they're actually literally looking for somebody who's a copywriter or digital marketer right now. And that could be you. And usually they pay 3 to 4K a month. Okay. Another thing that you guys have to keep in mind is that I'm serious when like these companies, if they hire anybody in-house or if they hire anybody, 9 times out of 10, their salary is going to be at least 40 to 50 grand a year. 40 to 50 grand a year is 4 to 5K a month. All right. If you get 2K a month from them, they're paying you half as much as their lowest paid employee, and you're probably making them way more money. All right. Just to put things into perspective. Next of all, you can join business Facebook groups like the Facebook group called Nothing Held Back. They have job postings all the time for marketers, copywriters, and things of that nature. All right. Now, this is a business Facebook group, but I mean, there are tons of business Facebook groups. Right. All you have to do is do a little bit of research and you can find them. When applying for positions, go above and beyond with your application. So if they ask for a resume, you can send them a resume, but also send them like a Loom video or send them like a video or a mini VSL or something. Go above and beyond with your value. It will work wonders. Absolutely. So some honorable outreach mentions: LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram voice notes, right? All things that are viable that you can use. They're not things that I'm a master at, okay? I don't need to come on here and show you guys 1,000,001 different ways to get clients because that's not really important, right? The reason why I use Instagram so much is because I know Instagram. Some of you guys might be really, really big on LinkedIn, or you know LinkedIn, or you might be really, really big on Twitter. You might know Twitter. Same with Facebook, all right? All ways that you can get clients. They're all viable ways. You can literally get a client, I'm not even joking, 100,000 different ways, okay? But if you use the principles and some of the outreaches that I've shown you in here, then getting clients is going to be absolutely clockwork, okay? You will get clients. Warning, everything we've just talked about so far means nothing without the following section. Follow-up is the number one most important aspect of getting copywriting clients that 99% of people get wrong. And here's exactly how we do it. Guys, the money is in the follow-up. The money is in the follow-up. Follow-up literally is the biggest determining factor of whether you get clients or not. All right. I literally have gotten clients after 6 months of following up with them. And they were really good clients. They were my best clients Because your best clients, of course, you're going to have to follow up with the most. Tyson, how many times should we follow up with them? Forever. If they reply and if they're engaged. Forever. I'll show you a little bit more about that. So follow-up principle number 1, always go omni-channel. You already hit them up on Instagram and they ghosted you or didn't reply or whatever, hit them up on email. Maybe they did reply. Maybe they have been talking to you, but they went cold. Hit them up on email. Hit them up on Facebook. Hit them up on every single platform that you can possibly hit them up on, okay? If they have a Telegram group, if they have anything, okay? Literally find any way that you can to keep outreaching to them everywhere. Because again, this adds more touch points. And this also proves to them, hey, this dude actually really wants to work with me, all right? That is another thing that we want to make them feel, all right? Like you are outreaching to them because they are special and they are someone, the biggest person that you actually want to work with, rather than you're somebody who's sending outreaches, like 200 outreaches a day. They don't want to feel like that. Next is the follow-up principle number 2. Every outreach method can be a follow-up, all right? So all the outreach methods that I covered, essentially you can just do one after the other, after the other, after the other until you have like a flow, okay? You have a flow of follow-ups that you follow. So next I want to do some outreach reviews with you guys. So, and I quote, hey, I checked out your coaching. Do you have a couple more spots open? That was a decent opener, not gonna lie. He liked it and he said, hey man, tell me about your business. Let's see what I can do for you. And then the other guy actually outreached or followed up with the dude outreaching, the copywriter. So he says, sorry for the misunderstanding. I was asking because I saw some opportunities of improvement on your website that might convert to you having more clients. If you're open to hear about it, I could send you a quick video. Going into depth. Just reply with sure, and I'll send it over. So notice what he's doing here. He's telling you what you can reply with. All right. So it's as easy as possible. The CTA cannot be any easier. He's saying just reply with these 4 letters. Boom. He says sure. Here's a quick Loom video for you, and then he sends the Loom. All right. Now the thing that's awesome with Loom, again, I didn't go over Loom in this particular course because I've been speaking about it for the better part of the last year. But if you want to know more about the Loom outreach method, tons of videos on my channel. Again, you got to watch the full outreach course that I did in the past for all the other outreach methods and principles that also work. But the thing with Loom is that you can actually see, you get notified when they reply to you. Absolute game changer. Or you get notified when they see it. Absolute game changer. Because now you're not sitting there wondering or you don't know. Because if they've seen it but they haven't replied, you can follow up with them again and again and again. He says, I will check it out a bit later. Thanks. Then he says, hey, did you like the video? Then homeboy said, yes, I did. Then he said, great. Another thing I had in mind was a newsletter. They signed up to the newsletter to get free value. It can be an ebook, webinar, video, etc. And then get 3 to 5 emails per week to convince them into buying the low/high ticket product. Is that something you're interested in working on together? And then he says, hi, thanks. I actually have people who are doing that. Thank you for the offer. I will let you know if anything changes. Okay, so huge things to review here. First and foremost, doing the whole, hey, I have another idea. It's a little bit, right? You're introducing a little bit too many ideas, all right? This should have been covered in your Loom video, and then you could have kind of just referred to it instead of explaining it all here. Also, you probably want to break this up into even smaller messages. And then over here, he says, thanks, but we already have somebody. Now, to a lot of people, this is an L. But realistically, this is a fat W. Okay, this is a thick, juicy W, and I'll tell you exactly why. When people say, I already have somebody for this, that's pretty much one of the best things that they can say to you next to just like, yeah, let's hop on a call. Reason being is because you can go a couple of ways, right? First and foremost, you can be like, okay, well, are they doing what you want them to do? How are they doing? Maybe I can do better. Or you can go, well, do they need any help with anything, right? Because maybe they're already maxed out on time or whatever. Another way that you can go is you can say, okay, cool, bye, and come back a week later, come back 2 weeks later, come back a month later, come back a couple other months later. The reason being is because he's already paying somebody to do this. And that person is not going to stay around forever. Hell, maybe they will pass away. Look, I know that's a little bit morbid, but okay, maybe they move on to a different client. Maybe they move up the company and now they're doing more things and not doing the things that he's talking about here. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, if there's 100,000 copywriting clients out there and they all have clients and you're reaching out to every single one and they already have clients, eventually, okay, in a not very long time, there will be an opening. And when there's an opening for that position, who is he going to go to? Is he going to try to go on Fiverr and get one of these dudes from overseas who are paying like $3 an hour to write their copy? Or is he going to go to the dude who's been hitting him up consistently and giving him value in the DMs? I don't know. You tell me, my people. You tell me. Okay, next. Hey, Trevor, I just wanted to reach out and show my appreciation for the content. It looks valuable. Keep up the great work. It's a little bit generic of a compliment, but fine. Then he says, thanks, brother. Appreciate your support. Have you been training with kettlebells? And he said, it's all love, my man. Yeah, bro. After I watched your content, I immediately had to try a couple of exercises and killed it for me. From now on, I definitely have kettlebells work out once a week. And then, of course, he let it marinate. Boom. Perfect. And then he says, hey, Trevor, do you have an email list or newsletter where I can sign up to? He says, yes, sir. Check the link in the bio, brother. He says, just sign up to it. How many emails a week should I expect to receive? He says, at least once a week, my brother. That's great, man. I'm just curious. Are you writing them yourself or has someone been writing them for you? And he says, I write them all myself. And then the copywriter says, wow, that's good to hear. I'm actually a copywriter and I can help you writing at least 3 emails per week so that you can be more focused on your work. All right, it's a pretty decent angle. But again, it's a big blob of text. You're going to want to break this up. I don't want any money for the next 2 weeks. And after when the money starts coming in, I have 50% of it, while the other 75% are coming to you, and you don't even have to lift the finger. Sound fair? I mean, so you explain a lot here, right? And remember, the free thing should be the cherry on top. And when you say like free or, free week trial period, you want to come at it from an angle of, let's do this for a little while until I can make you money. And then we can talk about getting me paid. Not like, okay, I'm going to make you money and then I'm going to have this commission. And then once I have that commission, I'm going to be making you this much money. It's like too much to explain. And then dude says, wow, that actually sounds very fair. Do you want to get on call so we can discuss more? Bro, when you got clients asking you to get on calls, I mean, boy, tell me these methods don't work. Somebody tell me these methods don't work. Glad to hear, my man. Absolutely. Let me know which day and what time suits you, and we'll continue from there. And then they set up the time. Boom. Okay, and then we have another one, my people. Another one. Yo, my man, where can I sign up to your newsletter? Can't find it anywhere on your profile. Good opener. Newsletter? Yeah, man. It's where I give you my email address. And he says, I don't have one. And then the copywriter says, and you send me tips and stuff while promoting your services. So he was kind of still explaining, and then homeboy kind of interrupted him. And then he was like, no. And then the dude was like, what do you mean? And then the copywriter was like, you did not just say that. I don't know. It seems a little bit like telling. You're telling them like, yo, email is the best ever. How do you not have an email yet? You kind of want to come at it as a more curiosity angle. Like, have you ever heard of email? How familiar are you with it? Because it's like the best ROI method that you can really use for promoting your stuff. He says, I don't have an email newsletter. I got an email though, LOL. My guy, you don't know how much money you're missing out on. Or do you know how much money you're missing out on? He says, how much? Then he sends them a screenshot. It can even go up to 50. There's no limit. So $50 return on investment. So yeah, he's sending proof, right? He's sending facts, which is good. It's a little bit heavy-handed, right? He's doing a lot of telling here. So I might say like dial that back a bit, but it's not terrible because the other dude seems like he's not hating it. And then he says, no, like how much have you made? Okay, so he's actually asking for this person's results. So notice, if you've had 2 to 4K a month clients before and you've actually had results, it's always going to come in handy because that's one of the first things that people are going to ask you. So let's see how homeboy plays it off. Oh, I don't have fitness coaching, but I know businesses who are increasing their revenue by at least 3,000%. 3,000% is a lot. Like if that person's making 10K a month, 3,000% is what? Like 30X? So they go from like 10K a month to 300K a month just with email. That doesn't really jive, bro. It doesn't really make sense. Almost every business in the world runs some sort of marketing campaign. And then the dude says, would you show me how to do it? The general concept is to get more customers. And then he said, that's what I'm here for. And then allegedly, probably just go on and talk about it on a call. Boom. All right. Other client. So what is next? So guys, that was the whole free course, but it means nothing unless you actually take action. Okay. Action is the number one thing that's actually going to get you results. Here's what you need to do. First of all, if you made it this far, Okay, you made it to the end of the video. Let's go. Go down and leave a comment if you have any questions, or just comment the word finished to prove that you made it to the end. I want to see how many of you guys are actually truly committed and will watch this whole thing. All right, next of all, pick an outreach method and start outreaching. This will teach you everything you need to know. My people, my guys, look, I love y'all, right? And I'm looking forward to answering your questions. But just know that the fastest way to success is actually doing the thing. You can sit here and watch videos on YouTube for literally the next 36 hours. The number one thing that's going to get you clients is actually doing it. You will learn way more from your first 10 outreaches than you will from watching YouTube videos all week. All right. Next, when you start winning, be sure to post your wins in the #wins section of the free for the Discord server, which you can join down below. Again, for free. Next up, you want to download the free copy starter kit below for all of the more examples, templates, and outreach methods, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like literally everything you need to know to get started with copywriting. Different copywriting templates, outreach templates, and those sorts of things are in the free copy starter kit below in the description. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also follow on Instagram at Tyson Scales and on TikTok at Tyson4D. Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. And of course, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.